Welcome back, everybody, to Planetscape, Edge of the Void. I'm your galactic DM, Tim. How are you? These are my Rocketeers. Say hello, Rocketeers.
Hi, Rocketeers.
Awesome. We have Flight here tonight. Jean-Luc will not be joining us because of issues. He is missed. Flight is joining us and her character will come in later. An introduction for that will be later on. Announcements at the end, getting back into it. Y'all, and sorry, this is my third take trying to get this, and I can't get it right. The group ends up going to the Liberty City Station and going to collect their 25K credits for the collection of Genesis and all the information from the asteroid laboratory. But unfortunately for them, Sebastian knew everything that was happening when they took him Genesis from the laboratory. With that, cut the orca, shut the glass, ran out of the room. It was a chase scene. Jean-Luc ended up kneecapping this dude, taking both of his legs off and making an enemy for life as everybody hopped into the ship and taking off into deep space. Now going to my players if they would like to RP on the ship.
So we're in the
You're in space.
we're in space.
You are in
idea.
FTL jump
tunnel.
heading out to the place that Jean-Luc ended up finding on the Nat 20 roll. It's a part of deep space that's never been explored before. And what you guys are doing is going to that section of space and then jumping from that section of space to another section of space while you're heading to the Mosaic Galaxy.
Uh,
Been here 5 minutes and the DM's already grumpy.
I'm not grumpy.
not yet. Not yet.
If you
At
would
least.
see the smile on my face, I'd be like this.
Chaos. This is what we do. This is what we do.
Welcome to Mayhem Gaming.
Yeah. Genesis. Sugar. Can you do me a little favor? Maybe two. If it's in your power.
You see as the ship's lights and energy begin to flicker as and you see that Genesis is gaining a little bit more knowledge each time that he boots up and connects to certain things. And you see, Miss Kitty, it is a pleasure to see you again. Of course.
She kind of holds up one of the data pads.
Is it your father's data pad?
It's the one related to her planet. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think you can make a carbon digital copy of this file of the contents that are on this pad for me?
Of course.
And as soon as we're out of this first jump, immediately send it to the coordinates I'm going to give to you.
Gestures over to the panel.
And she nonchalantly kind of types in the coordinates to Zampa. And then she enters in private coordinates to her father, because what she just learned is very alarming and this needs to be dealt with.
Okay. You are typing this stuff in. He's gonna send it. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna make me a technology check at advantage.
Technology check with advantage.
He's just the sender, but you're the one that's doing all the he's unlocking it for you, and you're basically just dragging and dropping into another email.
If he's doing that, she's gonna send another copy to somebody else. Because sometimes daddy dear may not she loves her daddy dear, but two minds are better than one in her opinion. She's going to send another copy to her younger brother, who's more techno savvy than she is, and he has dealings with other things. So, and he said technology, that's with advantage.
Yep.
I'm scared. Ooh,
23.
23.
You remembered that the data pads that were there all kind of wipe themselves, but you know that there's always going to be a trace of something, regardless if it's technical, whatever. There's
Mhm.
always something there. So you kind of just look at it, take apart the back, open, and see the data crystals that are there, and you pull those individually and just kind of slide them into the main processor of the target array, or sorry, the just like the central array system that you guys have there, and you see it floating, and all this information begins to pour out of everything that was there, and made like some like a virtual copy because it was out of range for the explosives to happen. You guys were in FTL drive when they took everything. So tablet stayed, but not the money.
Well, that's fine. If she can collect all the data on the tablets, that it'll be better for us to get a hold of. But the stuff that's kind of related to her and her people, that's kind of crucial. So, but she's gonna kind of tinker with that with Genesis a little bit, trying to pull whatever data that she can off these pads. Not send them to her father, but the one that she needed goes to her father and her brother. But the ones relating to the other two, she's going to try to take out as much as she can and then give them their data so they can do with what they will with it.
Okay, so the other ones was
One,
Jean-Luc stuff from the Boudreaux stuff.
yes.
Okay, Jean-Luc will immediately just grab the tablet and say, well, not grab it. He will like kind of like hold on to it and do the pulling thing if you don't let go and go, I'll take care of this one. I know Jean-Luc would want this one for himself, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
hold on to this tablet for him, and he's gonna like tuck it underneath his bed, and when he gets back, he can deal with that on his own. I will note if you want, um, if you, because I think the name would have came up during this, like y'all would have seen the name, but the file specifically, like Jean-Luc, as soon as it was about to pull up, he would have taken that. If you want to make a, let's say, history or a, um, we'll say, yeah, history or a, um, you can do a scan check on
What's the
the computer
scan
stuff.
check?
Um, believe it's the bottom of your stuff.
Oh, okay. I got a
Yeah.
scan check. Okay. I'll do history since I got more on that one.
Okay.
And can either of us do it or
Nat
sure.
20! Nat 20
You
plus 8.
you knew
28.
as soon as you saw the Boudreaux name, I will DM something personal to you about that. Also, um,
Through my travels before I met with these putzes and whatnot, did I ever have any dealings with the Boudreaux?
um,
Been into any parties that they've held throughout
no,
his
because the
history?
Boudreaux family has been considered
Are they new money, old money?
they're old money, but they're also, I'm gonna send it to you right now. You and your family have never had dealings with
Okay.
it because they are the Boudreaux blank blank. That's why BCS on the canisters that Jean-Luc took earlier from um the asteroid laboratory made a little bit more sense.
Okay, Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty never had her paws in this cookie jar.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, Wraith, what are you doing?
So I'm checking the weapon systems and I asked Miss Kitty, what exactly happened? All I know is we're gonna go there. I was gonna get some supplies, try to hit up some contacts, and then next thing I know, I hear you yelling in my head that we need to get back to the ship. That the captain acted like the captain.
Well, Captain needs to work on keeping his cool when trying to be innocent until proven guilty.
Those
'Cause
assholes just wanted to lock us up.
technically
What are you talking about?
they did, but under what evidence, honey? They had a photo of us during a shutdown facility talking to this nice thing here, gentleman,
That
person,
mm,
being.
mm.
And then before we have told them in a very detailed white lie that the bulldogs have destroyed the
That would have been
facility.
fine, but you told him to search the ship. And he looks over back at
Yes.
Manny. He goes,
Have you
I
ever
don't
heard
trust
of
Manny's
guilty and
hiding
proven innocent?
ability.
He could have been hidden quite well. I had some faith in our lovely crew, plus our mechanics are
Whoa.
very good at
We're all
hiding
useless.
things.
Was it Jean-Luc? And Jean-Luc just said, screw you, Captain. I'm gonna go fly the ship now. Don't leave me be. Don't talk to me now. I'm not gonna no. And he just
But-
kind of waddles off with his tablet and goes back to flying the ship.
Captain,
He
how long did it take you
waddles
to
off.
Captain, how long did it take you to find out that we actually had a distillery on board the ship?
Um
We were
say that
coming
again?
to
Sorry.
how long did it take you to find out that we actually set up a distillery on the ship? I mean, we kept coming to the bridge drunk at least a good 2 months after we ran out of all our supplies.
Show me.
Oh yeah, you didn't know about that.
Point being,
I'm going back to
To the
fix my
ship
gun.
computer and start doing a scan
Wait,
of
honey,
alcohol.
by the way, you don't have to worry about the bulldogs for the time being, as they have been disbanded from the guild. However, doesn't mean that they're not going to try to come after us. But
I mean, I
at
still
least-
want to know why they were coming after me regardless. I don't remember them anyway.
But at least
Before.
they're not going to, for them to be coming after us, at least they're not going to be part of the guild anymore.
Okay.
However, I need to make some calls and make some arrangements once we get into the, oh, what's its name again? The Mosaic Galaxy. As we are now probably going to be guild #1 job for the guild, unfortunately. And I just did not like how that bounty hunter looked at me.
Oh yeah. Before I forget, I pull out the files that I got from my few minutes of talking to the information broker and hand it to.
Ooh,
Yeah, these
what do
actually
we have
are
here?
are physical, like they're like paper, because the thieves guilds don't deal with trying to keep their transactions that they keep or any type of like things that they categorize. They keep it like actually in a physical pile that they can burn and get rid of versus having it like somewhere that could be hacked.
Paper's easy to get rid of, where data, once it's out there forever.
Yeah, kind of like the Cactus X's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I managed to grab this information before we had to run. It should have some information about the Bulldog and
Yep.
the last few places that they were at.
The Bulldog with the Captain Tandil Waterfellow, I think. Waterfellow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Does that name ring any bells?
No.
Okay.
No, nothing from the when you were searched the Bulldog on the first like session that we played, you don't remember anything from
Okay.
that. So
I still want to know why they are coming after me. But
yeah, perfectly fine. Is there any other things that you guys would like to adjourn to before we continue on and come out of FTL Drive in the new unexplored space?
I mean, Miss Kitty kind of wants to speak to Tara, but she could always just do that later when they go for a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
So, because the other information that they kind of learned, it's got some questions for her to ask them.
So, perfectly cool. Get whatever questions you have ready. And if you ever get a chance, you may ask them.
Okay.
As you guys are coming out of FTL Drive, you're met with the most beautiful cluster of broken up asteroid chunks, nebula cloud gases that stretch for what looks like to be light years. If any of you are looking in the memes and things and scroll up a little bit to the space whales, that is literally the scene as you see a bunch of Kindori go over to this area. But what's missing from this is one thing: the planet that is on that picture doesn't seem to be there. As you guys pop in to the get the specific name of it is going to have to go back in my notes, but as you guys hop out of FTL Drive into this new unexplored territory, you're met immediately. Alert, alert, distress signal, distress signal. And it pulls up this little area that's probably about half hour away in slow travel, and you see that there's a distress beacon going off.
Coming.
Don't
Miss-
investigate it. Just leave it. Go to the next location.
Nope, too late. You're joining this chaos, whether you like it or not. Miss Kitty will open up the coordinates and of the stress beacon and drag and drop it over to Jean-Luc. Honey, we got a little situation. Let's go check it out.
You
There may
do
be
see
somebody...
that with the comms communique there's an open link that you can have. There is an open comms with because during an emergency, it leaves comms completely open for any channels to come through.
Interesting. All right, she's going to hit the comm link button and putzing with her communication headset and whatnot. Hello, lovely pedestrian that is unfortunately trapped in space. Do you need assistance? Or are you fine?
Hello. I could do with some help. My ship doesn't seem to be working anymore. And the thing I was here for, look, space is weird, but it's not this weird.
Space is weird, but it's not. Well, it's space, honey. Space is naturally weird, and it's always. What do you mean, not this weird? And she kind of gestures to Jean-Luc to get closer to the distress beacon. We'll be there momentarily, sugar.
Lovely,
Great.
thank you. I won't die in the next 20 minutes. Sorry, you were
Great.
saying something, right?
Red goes up to his gunning platform and turns on his radio and says, "Have you tried turning on and off the battery?"
You stare at your ship through the open area and you look out and the front half of your ship is smoking.
I don't think an on and off again thing would help here. I do appreciate it though. The suggestion is frankly shit, but like I've tried it.
Putting in a punching. Be there in about 10. And a
I don't
little
know
bit.
if you guys can hear the frog noises that I've been
Yeah,
making.
we can hear.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
We can hear the froggy noises.
Oh yeah.
If you're doing froggy noises, this means I gotta do kitty noises.
A few moments pass, and coming into the view of the fish out of water comes seeing a little light fighter, a singleized person ship, almost kind of like an X-wing, but looks more elegant than that. It kind of has these two green type of wings that come up to 2 points that kind of like bend over, and it looks like the front half of it is currently smoldering, like something just happened not too long ago.
Oh, dear me.
Is there anything in the area that might be hostile?
Make a do you have a scan? If not, technology. I don't think you do. I think you only have.
Yep, I have scan.
Oh, cool. Give me a scan check.
That would be
13.
13.
You don't see anything on the arrays or anything. Just your ship and the single ship that's in front of you. Manny goes, I got this. I'll go out there and hook her up and bring her inside the bay. Because this ship is actually small enough to get inside of your ship. So you see Manny kind of just walk off to go do this. A moment passes. I'm gonna butcher how to say that. Velia?
Vila.
Vila. Vila, you
Vila.
see this little person, probably about 3.5 to 4 feet tall. From the neck all the way down is an automaton, but from the neck up is full like gnome head with these robotic eyes that are all black and red, yellow. And you just see him come up and he just, hey there, my name is Manny. Don't worry, you're safe now. We're gonna get you pulled in.
Thank you. Are you who are you guys? No answers. Okay, I just
Well, he goes and he hooks up everything for your ship, and he just kind of looks at you and goes, "Why are you gonna kill us?"
I'm more worried that you're gonna kill me actually.
Then we're gonna get along great.
How far are they from our ship? They like
It's not too far. It's enough for a cable wire to be go out, because you guys don't have a tractor beam, so you have to physically go out to it, lock it in, and then gotta bring in. Probably maybe another half hour goes by. At this point, Valia, you've actually been out there for as soon as you get pulled into the ship. You actually are just hitting around the 10-hour mark that you've been stuck out here since the events of how you got stuck out here happened. But Manny just kind of pulls the end and goes, I'm just joking. I'm the ship's medic, so if you're hurt, let me know.
Well, Vila at this point, I presume, is able to climb out of her
Yeah, you're
ship.
inside of a kind of like the back area of the ship has one of those force fields that you can just like pass through. So it's all sectioned off. You can breathe if you need it.
Well, I guess a decently sized grung woman climbs out of this ship. She is wearing a well-fitted suit that if you watch it, it kind of shifts as if something is being pumped around it. Her skin is dark with white kind of spots all over, and as you look at it, you can kind of see the constellations in all of those shapes. She's got big eyes. She kind of takes off her helmet and kind of styles non-existent hair, and looks around like, thank you. So who has picked me up? Who is my savior? Hello?
A 6.5 foot tall Lewin steps into frame with a leather jacket that comes down, tight leather pants with these long knee-high boots that comes into frame. Goes, hey, how's it going? My name is Captain Orca Storm Roar. So it's nice to meet you. What's your name?
Lovely to meet you too. I'm Vila Grapplos.
Vila. Okay. Well, sorry you ran a bit of trouble out here. But
I've only been stuck here for 10 hours. This isn't even the worst breakdown I've had, so
fair. Well,
thanks.
what we can do is get your ship up and running, get you back out there. And he goes and he claps his hands, and about 6 of these. And here we go. Everybody at home, we are rehashing our mechanics from the little Jawa metal masked men to the adorable little Dawn's War, a penguin-like creature that has these little hooded shawls that come over as they waddle all out, 6 of them holding parts for your ship as they begin to work. And when they begin to talk, it's just like a bit of like a squawking is happening.
Oh, would Vila have met this race before?
Make me a straight D20. Let's do a luck roll. And if it's a 11 or higher, yes.
Come on, please. I want to have met these people. Fuck. It's a 6.
You have heard of these type of creatures, but you've never seen them before, and you're so intrigued because this is something that you've only read about, and those type of moments really are crucial for you because it's like living history almost.
I would love to, if I've got a notebook, just get out a notebook and start like writing stuff down about these creatures.
Perfectly fine.
And trying to like pick up as much of their language as I can as I'm listening to them.
You literally go in and see as Captain Orca gestures to the mechanics come in. You look so happy. You begin to do all of this, and Captain Orca just looks at the rest of the crew and goes, "What? Okay. Miss Kitty, do you mind getting one of the guest quarters available for Vila here and Race? Why don't you start picking up the cockpit? It's messy as hell in there. We don't need any of our guests thinking we're pigs."
You hear over the intercoms go, of course, honey. My dear little froggy friend, do you prefer silk or cotton sheets to your linens requirements?
Oh, I have no preferences. Whatever is easiest for you. I don't really lean towards creature comforts. It's more whoever is hosting me, what is comfortable for them is comfortable for me.
You see Captain Orca pulls up his like little pad and begins to type a message, and Miss Kitty, you get it and go, "You better be putting the plastic stuff down." Thinking because he looks at your suit and it's the water that's gushing through. Like,
yeah,
put the what is it, like the old granny style plastics on all of the stuff. You still get a regular blanket, but like the mattress itself has been zipped up in
you
plastic.
hear over there, Cap, bring out the waterbed. All right, I got this. Give me 30 minutes.
There is actually if that's unsuitable, Captain Orca will also type in see if because there's a water containment, so if they would be more comfortable like in the water containment area, because there are parts of the ship that are accessible to water beings, like strictly that need to be, that are big enough for like a humanoid like my size of 200 and something pounds to be able to pass through these pipes and get to certain sections of the ship. So there are those options if you wish to have that and you don't have to wear your suit.
I'm as I said, whatever is easiest for the people who are accommodating me is where
I
I'm
will
happy.
let you roll to see if you see that, and if that strikes your interest, then Captain Orc will say, "We'll move your stuff to there."
Okay, so what am I rolling?
Oh,
Just another 20?
Just give me a perception check.
Yeah, perception.
See if you can see everything right off the bat.
15?
15? Yeah, that's high enough. You do see the water containment. So if you have the option of a bed or the water area.
Is anyone currently using the water?
No, we keep small aquatic life, like some fish that we have for dinner time for live feed. So if you need the area, it's more than welcome for you.
So if you've got your food in there, I don't want to.
No. See, that is one of many. It's a section off. And he goes and you see that there's like this water containment area, and they have like this almost like little aquarium, but it's filled with like different type of food that they would have that's living. A couple other ones that are
I
actually
hope it's
pets.
living.
But there is another one that is a straight like a tube that goes through all the pipings and stuff. So it's just one of those like
The pet fish belong to Miss Kitty because she has a fascination with fish.
on the glass, just I
She
can't
loves,
get
yes,
in
she
there.
collects fish. Okay, leave her alone. She's got simple
Then-
pleasures. Okay.
If I could possibly have a water containment area, that would be fantastic.
Certainly. And it like walks up to, because where your ship is, you just basically walk up and there's like this giant tank area that has kind of like a giant spinning door to it that opens it up, and it's not filled with water at the moment, but as you get into it, you see on the walls that there's are earpieces and a waterproof tablet that are there as well. And Captain Orca just goes, there we
Into her
go.
little frog ear hole, I guess.
Oh, unfortunately, we can't hear each other through there. This makes the communication better. And if you need anything, just have the tablet there and we'll have it sent over for you.
If I was a less trusting person, I would think you've just captured me, but I understand that this is just how this works.
I mean, there's no doors. And he points over to the side, and there's a button, and it does say exit. So when you press it, the water will de-drain and you're able to get out. Your suit is still in that area.
I haven't taken my clothes off. I'm not naked.
Okay, well then there is a hanger and everything for a suit to be put up.
Yeah, okay. Not froggy naked.
Is she able to make it more private for her, or no?
Yeah, the tablet has just
Okay.
a dark mode, and this glass becomes like a black
Okay.
out area.
Blackout.
It's like, yeah.
So nobody can see in, but she can
No,
see out.
that's in
Okay.
the quarters, but the regular piping is clear.
Okay.
And in the quarters has like one of those doors that, you know how like a camera shutter closes, how they're all kind of like curved into each other. That's how the door to that area would open, and then the whole area inside is there's no clear glass to it. It's more of like steel, and if there was any type of glass for seeing through, it would be blacked out if you wanted it to. But safety is not safety, comfortability is key on the sword.
Because Miss Kitty
Well-
demands it so.
I will, after having figured out how all this works, I will come back out into the area where everyone else is, so that I'm not just like hanging out in a room where no one is.
Okay.
Well, I have to thank you for taking me on board. What brings you to this area of space?
Uh, we kind of just found this, I believe. And John Luke just kind of like will go, yeah, I was real lucky on that one.
Vila is taking notes as you talk, and just kind of like noting down how all of you interact with each other and like
Yeah.
the culture that you've created here.
There, you finally see Miss Kitty kind of step into the area. She is probably half the size of their dear 6 foot something captain. Also equally feline, but more fluffy. She is a different variant of a tabaxi, uh, where she has 3 eyes. The middle one kind of opens a little bit, kind of stares at you for a brief second before it closes as her tail's kind of 2 tails puffs up and just follows behind her. She's wearing like this very intergalactic uh tube top dress that kind of flares out and it looks like it's just it shimmers and it's just all different kinds of colors, technicolor colors as she works on taking off her yellow jacket as they're clearly done for the day, and she just smiles to you. We ran into a bit of a pickle a little while ago and we just sort of kind of popped up in this area and then we kind of ran into you and your predicament, and she's pointing to your ship and how it's interestingly damaged. Now, when you said space is weird, but not this weird, what did you mean, honey?
So as your third eye opens and stares at her, she blinks with the clear second lids so that she's maintaining eye contact with that eye even while she blinks. And then kind of just smiles a big froggy smile. It's like, I'm here doing research, and well, the planet that I was here to investigate isn't here, but it was, and then it wasn't.
What do you mean was here and wasn't?
I mean, it was here when I got here, and then it wasn't.
Did it go boom? Did it?
No, it just fucked off.
Language, honey.
Oh,
I will.
it
I will
just.
also note that by the time this conversation's happening, it took about an hour for the ship to come in, get docked, get everything settled. It probably like another hour for resting up. So it probably will be about the 12-hour mark.
Ooh.
You guys are having this conversation as Vila is saying that, and you hear.
Oh, again. Miss Kitty
Structure.
kind of
Structure incoming, structure incoming. And Genesis just goes, I feel a powerful fluctuation coming. And as that happens, an entire planet comes out of nowhere, almost probably like you're in the atmosphere almost.
Vila kind of looks out. I'm presuming there's windows and like
You
stuff
guys
that you
are
can
in
look
the
at.
cockpit area with the giant front screen.
And she just goes, "Hey, look, it's back."
Vila, on your tablet, that your personal one that you've had since the start of your little time here, it goes starts pinging, saying that new technologies advanced by 3 centuries and the population of the planet almost tripled.
It is the tablet is showing that it's the same planet though, yeah?
Same planet, exactly the same. It does look, though, comparatively, like the continents have shifted a bit, but it's still almost the same. It looks like maybe some waters have risen and some things have kind of gone out of whack in places.
Okay, so it's back, but it's advanced.
It looks like it's aged about 300 years.
Yeah, I was saying that out loud.
Oh, okay. I was just giving like the actual number.
That's not normal, isn't it? Right? Like,
I've not seen it happen before.
Captain, I don't think like this place. Can we go somewhere else, please? Please? Please?
No. Listen, I'm all for just heading off if you want, but listen to me. Do you know how much it is when you claim a newfound planet in a sector? Do you know how much that is?
Don't we have to talk to the BBD to do that? Or BEG
We're
to
not
do that?
part of the BBD and
BB, it's the the GBB, the Galactus Business Bureau.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
not
that one.
part of the GBB anymore, honey. Remember?
Vela raises her hand at the Leonin talking about claiming a planet.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, I would be the one claiming it on behalf of my work because I found it first before it disappeared and it came back.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
that's what I'm saying. Maybe we could help you out and you could maybe share some of that.
I mean, I can get a non-compete waiver and some forms together from let me just find the name of Astral Paradise's cooperative and like maybe work something out. I do a lot of treaties and stuff like that, so potentially.
The two of you roll a history check.
Which two?
You too.
Wraith and
yeah, an
Miss Kitty.
18.
An 18
Uh,
history check.
Is it Astral Paradise Corporation or
12.
cooperative?
Corporation.
Okay, cool.
12.
Wraith, you've never really heard of this, but again, there's a lot that you can't really seem to remember. So it's not uncommon for you. Miss Kitty, with an 18, you've heard of the Astro Paradise company, which is a subsidiary of the Omega Polystratus. And what they do is go to bordering galaxies to try and see if they're able to border with like or barter with like maybe buying the planet or helping out the inhabitants, trying to make things better. There are multiple different planets within the Omega Polystratus, which actually like imagine like a primitive planet, but the people that buy that planet are helping the people on it, and there's like these glass walkways that are above the entire planet where people are able to like stay and have a resort and watch the people live their normal lives underneath them. It's a really fucked up situation, but the Omega Polystratus was actually like really heavy into slavery, and that went out. So this was their way of trying to monetize people in their everyday lives without making it seem like they own them.
How old is this company?
This is the Omega Polystratus has been a corporation for, I believe, 5,000 galactic years.
Okay.
It's a very old company. And before the Omega Polystratus was actually a very bad organization, or it wasn't even an organization. Like the entire galactic area of that solar system and like galaxy was really rough area to live in until they were like, we can monetize everything, and just became smarter and manipulative. And then they went into full Disney mode because yeah, we all know that.
Yes, as it was advertised to me, it's a friggin' resort galaxy.
It is currently right now. It is an entire resort galaxy, but I mean, you got to start somewhere, right?
Okay. Yes, I remember.
If you
I
read
did
my
it.
history, Flight, you're like of this that I have written down. You're gonna go, Wow, because it was real dark at
It's-
the beginning.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Privileged planets. Oh yeah, my family has donated to this corporation. So,
I
Uh,
will note
You're one of our valued donators. Fantastic.
there
well,
is
of course,
a
honey.
But getting back to a planet just appeared.
Well, it disappeared, and that was just it reappearing
When did it disappear?
about 12 hours ago.
And then it reappeared. How
Yeah.
long have you been in this sector?
12 hours.
12.
Ish.
No.
Well,
12.
about 14. I got here about 2
So,
hours.
so
before
you
this did.
you literally just arrived here.
There's
I've been flying for a while.
there's a
Um,
moment when you guys are all talking. Vila, go ahead and roll me a intelligence check. The DC is a 10.
I will just state this now. That my digital dice hate me, but okay.
Digital dice hate
Just
everybody.
need an 8 or higher.
Yeah.
12. I'm gonna send you something.
Okay.
The last part after and was, you're not 100% sure on with the 12, but you do remember the first part about seeing at the place. You just not are like, was it that? Was it something else? You're not 100% sure, but you instinctually go to that.
You what race is Wraith?
Human.
Human gentleman. Is your name Wraith?
I can neither confirm or deny that right now.
You kind of see Miss Kitty nod. Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's good to see you again.
What do you mean again?
We met before.
Um, how long ago was this?
4 years ago.
4 years. 4 years.
4 years ish.
You can't remember anything really from the past 5.
Yeah. Hey, Genesis, do you remember anything about 4 years ago?
Sorry,
a
are
lot
you
in the universe happens with 4 years, Wraith.
sorry, did you just ask someone else if they remembered something for you?
As you are standing in the cockpit area of the ship, standing in, because it's like a type of circle, and in the center area is this computer array area, and there's this little orb that is sitting in the middle of it, and it's open currently. It has 3 like pointy ends to it that crack open, and you see these type of, they look like D8s, but they're longer, and they're hovering, and they look like a humanoid. Just
Did you just ask an orb person if they remembered something for you?
My name is Genesis. Pleasure to meet you.
And it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Vila Grapplebos.
Vila Grappleball.
You pronounced it so well.
I am fluent in over 97 million languages.
I know basics of a lot.
You see the eyes of the area just Vila Grappleball. You work for the Asteroid Paradise Company, subsidiary of Omega Polystreus. And he pulls up this rap sheet of like your accomplishments and all this other stuff and everything that you've ever really done. And it's just, you've lived a unique life, curious
Well,
of other type of cultures, environments. Interesting.
I'm an anthropologist. It's what I do. Curiosity.
Then
So-
I may too be interested in anthropology.
Oh, I'm going to have so much fun with you. This is going to be delightful.
So, where did we meet 4 years ago? Just curious.
We didn't spend that much time together, but we were at the Omega Poly Straeus headquarters.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Of course, I don't remember a lot from that time.
But you are Wraith, so I'm not just recognizing you as someone else.
Possibility. Good chance. Yeah, good chance.
Good chance that was you. Okay.
Captain, I'm going to go dismantle a gun and put it back together. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. The hell's he going? The hell?
Did I misstep talking to Miss Kitty?
I don't think you missed it.
No, he's one of the odd gentlemen that's been dealing with some strange things. Apparently he can't remember anything from the past 5 years.
Okay.
Please,
I had-
and it's a bit of a touchy subject with him, so try not to bring it up so much unless he's ready to ask.
That's all good. Humans are interestingly sensitive about unique topics for each of them. It's always a fun time to interact with them.
Unfortunately, so yeah, since there's not so many of them in these parts, ever since their home has been, yeah.
Oh yes,
Well, I mean, humans and it's not so black and white anymore.
No, it's not, but
The confines of who you are, where you're from, does not include the being that you are to others. The galactic universe is absolutely filled with amazing creatures and beings.
Oh, I wasn't disparaging humans at all. I did an ancestry test a while back and I got 5% human, so like I completely understand.
5% human.
Galactic ancestry.
I've been meaning to do one of those little things, but my mother
Get the vibe.
my mother would have kittens if she learned the truth again.
There a little time has passed. You guys have a bit of a talk, get to know each other.
Am I back?
Back?
My internet went away and I went
You
away.
never went away.
Okay.
Did he even notice that you left?
You vanished? When?
You vanished and came back. It was magic.
The audio just caught out a little bit.
Okay.
But currently, the scans of the planet, Miss Kitty, if you want to do let's see, if you want to do a scan and do it at advantage, if Vila, if you want to help with
Absolutely.
Sure.
I do apologize about not getting those extra bits for the stats and stuff to you, so I'll just tell you what extra roll, or just roll a d20. I'll tell you the mod.
Rolling for advantage on a scan. Oakley dokley.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
22.
22.
With the scan of the planet, This is your first scan for the ship registering it, and it's looking like it's the ship is saying that the planet itself is a non-fundamental planet of like it has beings, structures on the planet, social populations and all that. But overall, it on the most interesting part is that the development of technology for the planet seems like it's about 20th century.
Interesting. For the whole it disappearing and reappearing thing, from my studies and magic studies and whatnot, do I recall anything of like that nature ever happening in history?
I mean, you've definitely heard of things going missing, but you've never planets.
Yeah.
This is probably a first in history.
Century.
Yeah, but the first time it disappeared, it kind of broke my ship. So, or at
Manny
least
goes,
the
"Well,
first time that I know.
the little auto gnome comes up and goes, well, what do you mean? How did it break your ship? What happened?
Well, it kind of it did a thing. I know enough to keep my ship in the air. I do not know how it works.
You go through and kind of gesture through, and he goes,
Yeah.
and he looks at the damage and goes, okay, so maybe some type of pulse knocked out your engines.
Something, yeah, that sounds
Okay.
right. It I did kind of feel like a little whoosh. So
Manny goes over to the console and starts typing in. He goes, I'm gonna boost up the shields a little bit just to make sure that we can get through this.
Maybe it would be best if we got a little distance from this just in case.
maybe we should get closer.
As much as I want to do that, we are in a time sensitive predicament. And
that's gonna be a clip. I'm gonna clip that.
Jean-Luc, honey, wouldn't it be best if we kind of disappeared ourselves for the time being?
Hey, Gnosis, I was just wondering, when we were on the Liberty space station, did you by chance gain any access to what I asked you about? And Gnosis just goes, I did. I accessed for stealth blueprints. I am starting manufacturing as of yesterday, which would have been the time that you guys like would have left, because at this point we'll just say everybody would have gotten a long rest
Oh, thank God.
since that point.
Thank fucking God. I can reset things.
But the stealth will be done by the end of the day. So
Okay.
if that wants, that can be an option, and then you guys will be safe while traveling in here. But you can't have your comms or any other things on. It fully shuts down the ship except for engines
Okay.
and weapons. Engines and weapons is the only thing that could stay on.
Yeah, Miss Kitty will wait until they're at the prismatic galaxy to do
Mosaic.
Mosaic. I'm sorry. Galaxy to do her to reach out to people and whatnot. As
Okay.
much as I want to investigate that planet, I got a very strange feeling that it might disappear again. And if we're on that planet while it disappears, that may be a very bad thing.
I mean, I'm not there.
I mean it could be fun.
It could be fun. However, maybe if we kept an eye on it and doesn't do some scanning to make sure it doesn't disappear in the next, she kind of pulls out her monocle and looks at the time, next few hours, then maybe.
Jean-Luc does say that you guys would probably have about a day or two before, because the way that
No, she's talking about, she
tracking.
that the planet.
Oh,
Kitty's worried about the planet just suddenly going.
I know, but I'm talking about
Disappearing.
the people that are chasing. It would probably
Yeah.
be about a day or two until they caught up. So you
Yeah.
guys have time, and even with the stealth, it would be even better. And who knows if there's a planet that disappears, Jean-Luc would probably, I'm not sure if he would do this, but I'll say the Captain Orca goes, I mean, if we're trying to disappear, I mean, what's the best way to try and disappear is on a disappearing planet? I'm just saying.
Yeah, and
Be-
then
be
you
that
can
we're
live
not
out.
in any trouble. We're just on the run. I'm gonna stop talking before you become uncomfortable.
I am slightly worried that I've been picked up by some sort of pirates or
Make an insight check.
We're
people.
not pirates. I could tell you that we have more. Well, I have more
This is
manners
that
than
perfect
that.
moment of like from D20. It's like
10. I'm very trusting.
it's like one of
Um,
those things of like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but am I being kidnapped? No, 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 no. Then can I leave?
Can I leave?
No.
Yeah, you can leave. We did your ship fix.
Yeah, but go on the disappearing planet. It only jumped in that 12-hour space that it was gone. It only jumped. It was 500 years.
Gnosis looks at you and goes, it had an increment of 12 hours.
I mean, if we disappear for 12 hours and it said it advanced 500 years, that's 500 years, not off my skin sugars.
I
But
believe that if this
unfortunately,
planet may planetary disruptions of this nature usually act as one. If it disappeared for 12 hours, it may be here for an additional 12. Maybe that instance is reoccurring.
Is this Genesis talking?
Yes.
Genesis, dear darling, you say that usually I've never heard of this happening before. Do you know anything that we should know about magic disappearing planets?
yeah,
Long
sugar.
ago, this was a problem of time disruptions within the planetary core. These minerals were mined until the planet was destroyed, which is how early age time travel was made, but was also destroyed due to paradoxes. This magic and technology has been long lost, but maybe a piece of tech landed on this world. Likeliness is of 29%.
Some chance is better than no chance.
Optimism recorded.
That's cute. I love that.
Oh, I have stories I can tell you. At least over 200 years of stories I can tell you, sugar. But another time.
Human
if
here.
what you're
We will have what you humanoids say dinner.
Human here. I don't live over, what was it, 300 years? I'm pretty sure.
No, but what he's saying, what he's in layman's terms, it disappeared for 12 hours. That means it could possibly, probably, but possibly stay for 12 hours. We could spend a couple hours on that planet poking about, see what the life is like.
Genesis waves over to the computer screen and it looks like it's enhance, 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 and it begins to zoom into the surface of the populated areas. The creatures on here looks like oozes. You see like this ooze person with like an old 1920s hat and jacket, and it's just like there's a moment where you can't understand it, but it's just like
Oh,
Oh, the conversations I can have with that person.
have I met oozes before, and would I know rudimentarily what they're saying?
there are many different type of plasmoids out within the world, but this specific race of plasmoids you've never seen. They're of these purplish, and the pure purple, but the insides where like the membranes and all their veins and everything are like green.
That's an interesting color combination right there.
So that there would be no roll that I could do to see if I could like pick up a couple of words.
You could,
if they're
yeah,
similar to oozes.
absolutely. I never say no to anything. I love
So
all the
what
stuff.
should I
So
roll?
make an intelligence check. Actually, let's say wisdom, because wisdom is remembering while intelligence is knowing, right? Like knowing in the moment versus remembering overall.
I was gonna say before you do that,
Mm-hmm.
I know I got a spell for that somewhere to make up. No, I don't have enhanced ability. God freaking
No, but you
damn it.
do
Okay.
have. I will.
Do I
admit
have it?
that, Valia, Valia,
Vila.
Vila, you have guidance, so you could guidance yourself to help you.
I do not
Abuse-
have oh, I do have guidance.
Yes, you do.
abuse guidance.
I
Abuse
will
it.
I will guidance myself.
Okay.
What does that give me? A D4. Cool.
Yep.
And it was a wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah. A wisdom.
Damn, my intelligence is higher. 19 plus
1 for 20.
oh
30-20.
So roll that D4 just for
Yeah.
that guidance.
21.
21. Awesome. Yeah, no, you actually, although may not be the same, it's kind of like one of those things where like certain Asian dialects, even though like you can't speak Chinese, but you can still pick out some dialects to figure out what some words are. It's kind of like that, where you know roughly what you could pick out and stuff. Oh,
Oh, okay. So the way that they've evolved this word, like the etymology of this particular word, isn't quite the same, but I do kind of understand it. So I think if maybe if I spend some time watching these people, I'll be able to talk to them. Okay.
I will note that their planet has no type of satellites, no anything. Their technology doesn't seem like they've reached outer space yet. You, Vila, would know that civilizations like this need to stay in this type of protection. So if you do go down there, possible disguises are going to be needed.
There's
Which,
gonna be
by the way,
protocols to be put in
you would actually have that. You can add a hat of disguise in yours. The ship actually does have this type of technology, but you never had to use it. So it's
Mhm.
like you guys have some janky ass hats.
But
But
I mean, they don't have to be janky ass hats, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, mine's just a thing on my suit.
For that, we're going to take a short break. We will be back in a little bit. So see you in about 5-10 minutes. Bye, everybody. One. Welcome back, everybody. We had a little bit of an extended break. Sorry about that. I didn't see what just happened, but I'm assuming Flight just hurt herself.
No, the cat hurt me.
Kitty cats, where are you? Pouncing on your shoulder is what. So we last left off with Vila talking with Genesis about all the interesting things that were happening, and the group was debating on whether heading down to this unclaimed planet. Not unclaimed, obviously. Vila was the one who claimed it, but it's the unexplored part of it, as the group finds that a whole population of plasmoids live on this planet. The 21st century setting.
And when
20th
you say-
century.
When you say 20th
20th.
century, are you talking about our century technology?
Almost. It's the buildings, so there's no like actual like brick or anything. It's almost like this coral type structure set up that they have. But yeah, it's like if you were to see a New York City style coral city, and these plasmoids are living inside.
Okay.
It's really interesting how cultures can replicate themselves without actually replicating themselves. Like the need to congregate for the most dominant species is delightful.
I say to go down for a couple of hours.
I agree. If I get a vote in this,
Well, you technically own the planet, so you called dibs. That you called the universal dibs, so therefore it's
I own lots of
technically
planets,
yours,
technically.
so
Yeah, I own lots of planets.
Just remember, I do not last more than 300 years.
oh, it's such a poor feeblement of being a Terran.
So
Wow.
my suit pumps water through it. Could we like hibernate you if you were in my suit?
I don't think we have hibernation pods
On the ship.
on the ship. That was a idea for our last monthly meeting, but we all declined as hibernation pods are too gosh darn expensive.
I thought we were gonna get the bar instead of hibernation pods.
Didn't you say that you had a distillery? No, I wasn't there for that. Never mind.
No, you weren't here for that. Distilling juice, plants, and fruit is one thing. Distilling a human.
Yes, I prefer not to be turned into an alcoholic beverage.
We are not going to be pickling our gunner, okay?
I think the plan was for him to pickle himself in alcohol, wasn't it?
It doesn't work that way, honey, unfortunately.
I already have a big spot of time missing from my life. I don't want another one.
Like I said, we can go down for a few hours. We could sit. Clock's been ticking since it just came back. Maybe we can go down for like maybe 2-3 hours and then skedaddle back on up and skedaddle out. Is that okay, Captain?
I mean, is there anything interesting down there?
Yes. There's a whole society. Are you kidding me?
Okay, let me rephrase that. Is there anything of value to us that we can use to get money?
Knowledge.
If you want to make a scan, Wraith, of the planet, you can go ahead.
Okay, let's see.
Maybe finding that time travel fragment would be nice.
Okay. Scan is in that +6.
So,
it
Miss
12.
You can call me Miss Kitty, honey. I don't really feel like spewing out my whole name at this moment. It's been a good rough
Push it.
20 hours.
But it's only
Have
fair
you-
to give your full name to the people.
Have you not slept?
You're
Body
gonna-
maybe resting. Mine's always gone.
Fair enough. I was actually just about to say Mr. Genesis, actually, but it's good to know that I should just call you Miss Kitty.
My name's way too long. Trust me.
I am just Genesis. No need for other affirmations.
As I look for Miss Kitty's full gosh darn name. Because even I forget it.
Genesis, I feel as a font of knowledge, you should be of some sort of title or recognizing your prowess and expertise. So would you mind if I called you Professor Genesis?
I have no degrees, but I do
Oh.
obtain more knowledge than most. If
Sage Genesis?
whatever makes you comfortable.
I want you to be comfortable. It's how I'm referring to you.
I have no personalization for myself.
Would you like some?
She has a point. You are your own being, honey.
I have never wanted.
You don't want to be your own person?
You don't
But-
want knowledge?
I am my own being. I possess much knowledge. New knowledge is fascinating. So that would be the key that I wish to have is more knowledge.
So you do want something.
It looks confused. Make an insight check.
Can I do the same thing?
Sure.
Let's see.
Oh, come the fuck on.
You should have given
14.
yourself guidance.
I should have.
Abuse it. Ow. 18.
18. Vila, it's a little bit discouraging because you're more of an upbeat type person to hear like you don't want to be your own person is confusing. And Miss Kitty, after what Vila said to Genesis, you know that Genesis's world kind of just got flipped by that one question, and it's questioning a lot of things as it's trying to process what to say next. And it goes, I do want. I do want. And he like goes back into the ball.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. He's only been awake for free
Online.
and online for last almost 24 hours. So a lot of things are kind of new to him. And when we acquired him and liberated him, he's learning that he has a lot more free will than he's been given. So this is all new experiences for him. Baby steps.
Well, I look forward to seeing what culture and personality you develop over time, Mr. Genesis.
I do too. And I know where I come from, I know a bunch of little kittens would love to ask a bunch of questions.
Genesis has
Oh.
already been put away. It like he puts himself away and the ball closes because it has like 3 triangular point.
He's going
and
off
top.
to his own room.
And you do notice that when you start to speak, the lights on the outside kind of look like it's going in a circle, but it's registering like
he's
talking.
pacing. I think we broke him right now, so I think we should just leave him be.
We will leave you be, Mr. Genesis, but know your company is always welcome.
But you guys have time to do whatever you wish. If you guys want to head down to the planet, what do you guys want to do next?
Wraith was gonna do a scan.
Scan.
I did, and it was a 12.
Yeah. With a 12, um, scans of the planet seem pretty on par with like a normal type planet. With your 12, you're not even picking any type of like spatial anomalies of like why a planet would just pop up out of nowhere.
Are you sure there's anything of value down there? Because I'm not picking up anything.
Culture, people.
You do
Things.
find, I will say, you don't get what you're actually looking for, but you do see down there is a vein of astral diamonds that's there.
What? Wait a minute. Give me a second. What's the going rate for an astral diamond?
A single
It's gonna
astral
be-
diamond is 10,000 gold pieces.
Yeah. Let's go down there. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Can I detect, what do I have to detect for any magical or? Yeah,
What
well,
specifically are you looking for? The ore or?
no, more so on how the planet disappeared, if it what's like it's or the better yet, what's the planet's magic capabilities? Like
Make an arcana check, and if
would
you
it be
can,
safe for us to be flinging spells
if you can
about?
beat an arcana of 18, then you can roll a tech check with advantage to see if you can deduce what's happening.
Nah, I got a 10,
Oh,
which is fine.
go ahead and roll me a tech check, please, at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Can I help out to make it a regular roll?
So one's a 27, and then the other is a 19. So I take the 19.
That's how you do disadvantage right.
I think I broke the other.
Okay. You're not able to discern why it's happening, but you definitely do a better job kind of doing like with the scan that Wraith did, you put a better like type of like scanner. You're honing in different scanning, saying no, do it this way, and you kind of like assist him into it. Go make me another scan check to Wraith.
Okay.
Vila is just staring at the goo people talking and trying to like figure out how to shape her mouth around those the sounds that they're making, so she can kind of at least get a practice on learning their language.
Perception check. A 19. Okay, so with that, you guys are able to find one, the magicalness of the planet seems to be coming from deep within the mountains of like the northern section of the planet. It seems like there's some major fluctuations buried deep under the planet's core, and the you get a full area of where you can get the astral diamonds, Wraith, and you end up finding a vein that would roughly, if you do a successful check to mine it all, you probably could get like 75K to 100K for it
We can be rich.
for a short period of time, because you know that your spaceship takes a lot of money for upkeep, especially if you get into a space battle, because you guys actually haven't done that. And let me tell you what, yeah, I'm trying to give you as much money as you can for the first set of repairs that are gonna come for it.
Voice in my head, why are you trying to rain on my parade?
I wasn't gonna speak to you, honey. Genesis, sweetie, when you're done being flustered, I need you for a second. I found something interesting.
Oh, you're talking to Genesis?
Yes.
It's kind of not coming out, but
I said when he's done being flustered.
he's not flustered. There was a problem of processing that happened. He went to go try to think of something, and
Yeah,
He was flustered.
He's flustered.
he's a robot. He can't get flustered. He doesn't have
Yes, he
emotions.
can.
Yeah, he can't want either, but apparently he can.
And he
Why do you think he's in his ball?
Yeah,
He's stuck in the logic loop.
when you're done having
Thank
your
you.
moment, honey,
Wraith understands.
or better yet, Captain, are you coming down with us, or are you going to stay up here?
I'm probably gonna stay up here. I think it's me and Jean-Luc will keep the motor running in case we need to come down and get you quickly.
I mean, I feel a lot safer with the captain up here, considering that there's nothing for him to shoot.
Miss Kitty kind of zooms in on the coordinates of the mountain that she found. And
Wow.
So was I doing a perception check on the language, or
Yes, you're watching their mouths and stuff.
would I have advantage because this is kind of something that I do?
Kind of, but there's also no mouths on plasmoids. So you're paying attention to the mannerisms and trying to do close surveillance of the sounds and listening to all that.
13.
the
13?
jiggles and the
You still
fine-tuning.
you learn a little bit more. Not as much as you would want, but you still learn more. I'd say you're probably like 1/4 proficient in the language.
Okay, so I'd be able to very rudimentarily
You'd be
talk
bathroom, sleep bed, fabric, stuff like that. But yeah, you guys after a little while, there's yes, just like that. There's a moment where you guys start getting ready, and you see the little I need the name of them. Damn it. Where is it? The Dowars. You see them waddle up, the little penguin creatures, to I keep saying this wrong. I'm sorry.
Vila.
Vila, and just goes, and you get, you're all set. No more work to be done.
Thank you so much. Would you mind if I spent a little bit of time studying you later on?
They all look to each other, just study. Why study?
Just listening to you guys talk. I'd like, just in case I meet any one of your people later on, I would like to have a better ability to converse with them.
Okay.
Thank you.
And they all just begin to kind of like waddle back to the back of the ship. By the way, they all sleep in hammocks.
Whoa, this is so cute.
And it's adorable to watch them because they have to lift their little wings upwards, and then they roll themselves in, and the hammock just spins until they're comfortable.
Short people problems.
They are about like 3.5 foot, like 3.5, 4 feet tall, if that. The smallest one is about 3 foot to 2'8". He's a small boy. Well, with that, your ship is ready.
Pocket, I can't hear you if you were saying something then.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, there we go. Hi.
Before, Miss Katie's gonna point out the coordinates to the mountain and the strange anomaly of the energy signal she's getting. Captain, keep an eye on this. When our dear intelligent companion is done processing, have him do a further study on this particular area. This may or may not be of some use to us, but
Oh, the thing underneath the crust.
yeah,
Okay.
it
So
might interest for later.
so how close is the diamond to the area that's interesting everybody else?
Well, I mean, it's a little ways away, so it's one of those things that you would have to maybe split up. Maybe you and Manny go get the gem, and maybe Miss Kitty and Vila head over to the populace. Who knows? Or
Yeah,
y'all
that-
can go together.
You
know-
guys can go mine your gem. I'll go talk to people if you want. I have business to conduct anyway.
I will note that the ship themselves have their own type of speed riders, which are kind of like what's the I forget the single riding thing from Star Wars on the
Speeder
Wookiee
bikes.
planet. Yeah, they're like speeder bikes, but they have a personal bubble that are built around them, so you can ride in space. So you guys would be able to use those to get down and use those for transport as Vila's ship is ready to go and can follow behind you. And you guys can just head down that way. But I will note that this planet doesn't have any type of like space military. So getting down to the planet is fine, but you don't know if there's any type of, because it's 21st century, technically, what type of 20th century, what type of technology they would have for incoming UFOs, possibly.
Well, you said they were dressed like the 20s, yeah?
Yeah.
Flapper, well, if it's like 20th century,
Blah,
it's like
blah, 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 blah.
20th
It would
century.
be
Steve,
it's
I'm gonna go over
after-
there and put
it's
in a news
after the f-
report.
it's after the First War, but before the Second. So their
Yes.
guns aren't quite as advanced, but they've still got gun
Yeah,
style
it's
things.
it's
Yep.
kind of around like the early 1900s. Thinking about that, so late
Which you guys would
Victorian.
also know that kinetic weapons, which is what they would have, would bypass your actual space shields too. So
Unless you get a protection from that thing.
yeah, there are kinetic shields, but yours isn't outfitted for that. You guys just have a regular built shield.
I would say low profile for any of us who want to go and, well, our dear Vila can handle herself, because since she owns and is a esteemed scientist, she knows what she's doing. You, my dear Wraith, your eyes haven't stopped sparkling after you saw a particular thing on the computer, so I'll be
I
coming
mean-
with you. You
but-
may need some help.
I mean, all I'm gonna do is a little bit of prospecting.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be helping you.
I mean, it's not like I'm the captain or anything.
Says the young man
Please-
who goes into personal bank accounts.
You guys
And
RP
take
for a
some
second. I'll be
money.
right back.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Please be aware that if you are planning on taking anything from this location, that I will have to approve that just as space
Dibs. She did
space
call
dibs.
Yeah, she did call dibs on the planet, honey. So anything that's on the planet technically belongs to her.
That could be debated, but sure.
I was here first.
Birdies.
Yes, but you wouldn't
Okay.
be here if we didn't rescue you.
No, I would still be here. I was fine. My ship just didn't work.
She couldn't hit the on-off switch anymore, as it was permanently off for the time being.
I would have
But-
gone down to the planet. Crashed. Probably, but
I get it.
divvy
Tomato,
up
tomato, but
things.
you're-
It just has to be run through me first and the proper documentation made and such. Just for my own paperwork and edification's sake.
To
Can I?
freshen up for your memory, I know it's a little spotty. The organization that she works for helps underdeveloped planets and keeps them under observation. Think a nice version of, I'm not going to say PETA because PETA's not nice.
What you wish every animal help organization actually was.
Yeah. There's
Except not animals because they're
what
people.
it's called.
RSPCA is pretty good.
Yeah, that one. Do that one. So, but for underdeveloped planets and helping them further along when they hit a certain point in their time, or keep them under, or keep a close eye on them. So to
We
make
also
sure-
make some of them tourist traps if they're okay with that.
yes.
So there was.
I love
me
how
get
you
this
said
right.
tourist traps.
Well, that's what they're called. It's what it's called. It's an actual phenomena.
Let me. There's something human history. Let's see. So you're kind of like this guy. What's his name? Chris Columbus. Columbo. Chris Columbo. That's his name. Chris Columbo.
No. The organization used to be very long time ago very sketchy like Chris Columbo, but we're not like that anymore. We're much better.
Chris Columbo.
We're like good on all beings' rights and stuff like that. We're making sure that everyone's on an equal playing field and not taken advantage of. That's part of my job, actually, making sure that these planets are fully consenting and aware of everything and
Can I-
protected.
Can I insight check her?
Go right ahead.
What? 16.
That's my job, man.
She doesn't even need the role. That's literally her title, is to facilitate and organize worldly possession through helping. So like you see a planet that looks like they're starving because people are monetarily gaining instead of helping out the people, like, hey, regular America is. It's literally eliminating that, giving everybody exactly what they need, and making it a type of touristy area for a day-to-day living type of situation.
Yeah, I'm a human rights and treaties expert, basically.
So you work for a corporation, yet you're not doing what corporations normally do.
I'm
My-
specifically hired to make sure that our corporation isn't like that anymore.
My brain's starting to hurt. My brain's starting to hurt.
Corporations are bad, right?
Pardon?
I'm talking to Ray.
Yes, corporations are bad. Yeah.
No, not all corporations are bad.
I agree to disagree.
We'll stick a pin in this and we'll come back to this another day.
John Luke wants to say something, but then he remembers all the different types of people that he owes money to that were corporations. He's like, I'm just gonna just not say anything.
Look, think of every planet as a small business, and we're making sure that we're supporting small businesses.
I'll just nod my head right now. Let's go.
Let's go down to the planet then, I guess.
Okay.
I presume you guys are going to the bit to mine, yeah?
Yes.
My intention is to go to somewhere that looks
Honestly, no,
populated and
I'm
be like,
gonna
take me to
change-
your leader.
I'm changing my mind. I'd rather go to the populace because clothes or fashion.
Yeah, it's going to be Manny and Wraith heading over on the bikes, over to the down towards the vein to go try and mine some of the astral diamonds that's there. And Vila and Miss Kitty are going to head over to the actual populated city area. Vila, you can actually take 2 people. It's you and one other person within your ship that you can take. So Miss Kitty can hop aboard, and you can actually leave straight from here. For the boys, they actually have to bring the ship down to in order to take those bikes off to go where they need to, because they're more of like right out of there, but they can't go through the atmosphere. So it's one of those things like you would have to be in space to use them, or take a ship down there and go through the atmosphere and then use it down there. But it would take less time for them to do the mining. So what would happen is, if you guys wanted to wait, Genesis is still working on the stealth stuff. We can wait until a little bit, and then until the stealth drive is done, and then that would be easier for getting down to the planet undetected without any rolls. It's up to you guys, or we can just head right there now.
How long would it take you to put the stealth system active?
About 4 or 5 hours. Meaning, from the time that you guys planet came back, 2 hours went by. Then you guys made the plan of going. Yeah, because remember, it was the first hour you getting situated.
I was there for 10 hours. 2 hours I was there. Planet came back. We've been talking for like half an hour, haven't we?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So we're only in the first hour of the 12 hour, potential 12 hours.
Potential. Yeah, okay. You guys do have time. It would take about 4 to 5 hours. So you're about halfway, about 5 to 6 hours in, would be ready for the stealth drive.
And
from the 12-hour marker that you guys have. And I would also say there's an hour to install it.
So
And how long would it? Okay.
no, it's fine.
You'd have about 3 to 4 hours down on the planet before it would.
And how long would it take to mine all of it?
Probably about 2 hours. They'd have plenty of time to mine everything.
Mhm.
Well, depending, it's all about the rolls, because Wraith and Manny are going to have to roll some mining checks down there. I think if
well, Vila doesn't really care about stealth, but she's happy to take the extra time to continue like focusing and trying to learn their language so that she could talk to them better.
Yeah, perfect. When you guys get down there, because you guys are using your disguises if you had. So with that, the groups split and head down to this planet. Wraith and Manny, you guys are dropped off in a certain little mountain location area. It takes you the better half of like maybe 25-30 minutes, because you're not registering. It's all kind of like all pinging around, and you notice that like you're on the surface where it's a little bit below. So you start trying to find open caverns. You get your way down to the area this massive singular black vein of shining, just like translucent black that goes through the side of this cave system. You do have a drill here, and what we are going to try and do is you need to try and break them off in the bigger pieces that you can. So what I'm going to ask you to do is please make we're going here. First off, do you have any spells or anything that you're able to help with you?
Let's see. I have spells.
Could I have given him oh, it's a concentration, never mind.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's only up to 1 minute, so by the time that they're gone.
Damn.
I mean, I could give him a bardic inspiration.
That you can.
So
Actually, Manny will give you guidance because he's a cleric, so he would have that.
yeah, I don't think I have any spells that would help out with mining.
So what I'm going to ask you to do is give me a sleight of hand.
Oh, I'm good at that. Skills.
This is going to be for the first batch.
Think that's a 20.
Sleight of hand 19.
Yeah.
All right. This massive chunk, probably worth about 15K if you were to have it cut down. As of right now, it's uncut, so it's probably worth about 10.
We're gonna be rich, Manny. We're gonna be rich.
We need to find a jeweler's kit. We need to find a jeweler. We need to get these all cut. We're gonna be fucking. He just starts shaking you from the collar. Just we're gonna be rich. Go ahead, and you're gonna have 3 more of these. Go ahead and make another sleight of hand check.
Okay. That would be
28.
28.
You see getting into the stone. You take almost all of it out in one giant slice, and it kind of just falls down and breaks into like 4 different pieces. You've mined about 90% of this.
Just think. What would you do with your share of this cut? I'm thinking about going on a Ender. And the last one. Oh yeah, 30.
It got better every time.
It did. It really. I'm watching it here. It's like-
19, 28 to 30. Jesus. Yeah, no, Manny just watches you, and it's just like that moment of that. What's that? Opera.
We're in the credits.
You have that montage of you just and you're just like spinning this
You
drill,
know,
and
you
Manny's
could-
just like,
if this fails, you could just be a miner for the rest of your life since you're so good at it.
Credits.
you watch Manny just like, wow, I wish I was tall. I can't reach that far.
God.
Yeah, but you can reach the lower spots that I can't really get to. It's a
He
weird
just
angle.
starts punching the wall. You, with the amount of time that it would take you to harvest everything, it's about 3.5 hours right now.
Mhm.
That's the entirety of it. So now that we got you completed, we're going to cut back over to the ladies. Vila, you are flying in. Proper procedure, you do have a stealth drive on your ship. So you go and activate it, completely goes like Wonder Woman style, completely invisible as you fly down and through. You guys get your disguises ready, begin to head out. Miss Kitty, with your third eye open, you will be able to understand what they're saying. If you wish to, because would Vila be telling Miss Kitty that
Yeah,
you were trying to
Vil-
study the language?
Vila would have been
Then you
working
would be
knowing
a
that
clutch
Kitty was coming.
thing to help her to be like, this is what they're saying right now, and that mannerisms of how the worked with the hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
So,
But
and their
no more
disguises,
roles needed now that you
I-
guys are on the planet.
so I take it we're gonna be looking like these plasmoids and whatnot. I'm gonna look like a little granny plasmoid, and Vila's gonna be like my granddaughter or something. So I'm gonna be holding onto her arm, so it'll be
The
less
difference
suspicious.
between elderly plasmoids is the variation of how bright their color is. So you would be a more like faded out purple and green versus Vila would be very bright and vibrant.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna be holding onto her arm and whatnot and using her as my personal crutch because I'm an old lady. I dress like an old lady because that's so it'll be easier for her to I can easily connect to her mind and correct her on the mannerisms and whatnot and just window shopping because it's the only reason why I'm here.
All right. So you
What
guys
are we
land.
doing?
You're illustrating it, Miss
Yeah.
Pocket. You guys land on the outside of the skirts of the city where it looks like this. The planet is not like a normal blue-green scenario. Vibrant purple oceans spread across this land with almost a Pangea-like central landmass that's on this planet. As you guys land towards the southern end of the continent, you guys notice that it's very rich, lively with color, different variations of coral out reefs of buildings that go skyrocketing into the sky. You see different forms of these lizard-like flying creatures in the air, and possibly without having a discerning like investigation going around, the land, like the dirt itself, is almost like a bluish kind of like a nano gray. It's like a bluish gray almost.
Oh. Really silly question. What color is this galaxy sun?
Oh, the sun?
Yeah.
Vibrant green.
You'll explain all the blue and the purple. Interesting. Very interesting.
The different
guys-
colors of light really determine like development of peoples and such. It's fantastic. I just took my own slime. Oh, wasn't
Lift your
expecting
head.
that.
Lift your head
Uh,
so you won't choke.
I'm just going to go up to who I'm assuming is an authority figure.
Uh-huh.
And just be like, I'm lost. I'm looking for the mayoral building of this location. And we're trying to say that in some fashion.
You and to you hear, you're looking for the minister building. I see.
Yes.
New to Astropolis, are you?
Yes, we're visiting.
Would I interest you in some Magros. And he pulls up this like really weird looking worm, like it's a maggot on a stick, essentially. And he's like, oh,
Oh,
would you like?
how much?
Ah, what do you mean?
Oh,
Read-
I'm
Yeah.
gonna assume. Oh, I'll take it.
It just goes back to yeah, and he hands one to Miss Kitty as well. It
Ministerial
does
building?
wiggle a little bit. The like the little maggot
Yeah.
on the stick is like wiggling. It's like you just speared it through, warmed it up on a fire, which by the way is a kind of like a blackish. It's like how the dark saber is, like black flame with a white outline of everything.
Does it look like from his display that there are different flavors?
No, but there are different things.
Your favorite?
It's like rolling his head in an up and down motion.
Oh, as in saying yes that this is his favorite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Ministerial building?
Sharp, like point over into the direction towards the city.
Thank you.
We kind of wiggle
yeah, we
on
go.
off. And I'm taking a mage bolt and I'm gonna cook this thing more because it's still moving.
Yep.
I'm gonna eat it. I'm a straight up eater. I'm a frog.
I'm a
It's
cat.
delicious to you. Absolutely fantastic.
Also, I'm immune to poison and being poisoned, so like, I don't have to worry about this.
I'm looking at it. I'm gonna try to eat. I just go, nope, giving it to the frog. Never mind.
Yeah, I will take it. I will take it and eat it.
You all
Once you get past the knowledge that it's some sort of weird, creepy crawly, they're actually really nice. It's got a nice meaty, almost fishy flavor.
Oh, it's a bug. Whatever you say, sugar. Ugh.
It isn't a bug though, is it? It's what looks like a bug to us. It's not a bug here. It's a delicacy here. We're in someone else's culture.
We are in somebody else's culture, but to me, it's still bug.
Anyway,
A bug's a bug, no matter which way it wiggles.
we go to the ministerial building, and I'm gonna talk to. I presume there's some sort of front desk type thing.
Takes you a little bit to get into the area, and as you guys are like heading in, you see that there's these very, very thin slits that are on the building, and as you guys go around, you can't seem to find a door anywhere. But notice that these things are passing through in and out of these tiny inch wide slits that go right through.
I think my cat flexibility can fit through those tiny 1-inch slits.
Because plasmoids can fit into that. So there's multiple rooms in, like, they're able to probably put like 1,000 rooms on one floor because they only need a little bit of space. So they're all really crammed in together.
I'm
There
gonna
is an entryway for like bigger objects to go through, but it would also be you would know if you went through that, probably it would be weird socially, but I mean it's the risk that you might have to take.
I'm gonna try something else first.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop someone who looks kind of businessy that's before they go through the entryway.
Okay.
Hello. Looking for authority figure, told to meet app here regarding business opportunity.
And you get this very, I am sorry, did you just brokenly tell me to bring someone out here for you? And you hear, bring out for you? Broken a little bit up for it.
Yes, developing language hard.
Miss Katie, you are hearing the full variety of it, so you can tell everything like what they're saying, but you're understanding like a broken version of it. Go ahead and roll me another insight real fast.
Who, me?
No,
Oh.
Vila.
Can I help
18.
her? Okay, never mind.
You're about
mean,
halfway there from figuring out this language. So
Fuck yeah.
Yourself
you don't have to
Okay,
talk
so-
so broken. It's just
Okay.
talk slower is what you would need to do.
Okay. I have a business opportunity, but we can't go in there currently. Would you be able to bring someone of authority out that we could talk to?
I would think that you would. I am the head prime minister of this building. Who are you? Very peculiar
Oh.
looking. I've never
It's
seen
love-
Lloyds such like yourself.
You wouldn't have. We're aliens. We're not from here.
What?
Calm yourself. Calm yourself, please. I'm here to offer you a business opportunity.
I'm sorry. You gave me such a fright. I thought you said that you were both aliens to the country.
I did.
Calm emotions.
What's the roll on that? If there
You
is
gotta beat my charisma of a 17.
a 17. Okay,
Yes.
on Miss Kitty's character page, because I want you to be able to see this. This particular plasmoid has a +4 to the roll. So it's what's you said 17?
Yeah.
So it's got to be a 13 or higher on the D20. I'm rolling it on your page. See how this goes. +4 for an 11 for 15 does not make the save. You see him just get a blue pit and goes, ah. You must have meant for the sci-fi convention that's nearby. I see.
No, we are aliens to this planet. We came here in a spaceship. I'm here to discuss intergalactic issues with you. Would you be open to discussing that?
I want to be scared, but I am intrigued.
I understand, but we cannot go into your building. We do not have the same physiological form as you. So would you be able to discuss this out here?
Is
Um,
there
He just kind of looks a little bit like the arms go back into him and it looks a little bit more centralized. And he goes, prove it. Prove who you say you are.
Could we go
Okay.
somewhere secluded but not inside so that I can prove it, because I don't want to scare the general populace?
you know what?
Come with me.
Okay.
And he begins to like slink his way because he doesn't have feet at the moment. They can if they wish, but it's kind of like one central blob bottom that's just kind of like 1,000 like little feet are carrying him, and it looks like he's gliding across. He gets to a building and he goes, "My domicile, please." And you see like there's a general entrance for because things have to get inside, and he just kind of like opens this window type deal and goes, I guess inside.
She immediately climbs in and goes to somewhere centralized.
As soon as Miss Kitty is climbing in, she just immediately just drops the disguise and she's her fluffy, beautiful kitty self.
Alien number one. And Velo clicks off hers. Alien number two. I'm a little bit closer to your species, but not quite.
You see as this plasma begins to like reach its like goopy hand at Miss Kitty, you feel the sliminess go across your fur and just a big gunk is left on you. He goes, oh, my apologies. I didn't know that. I've never touched a life form like yourself. And And he just
maybe touching should be saved for after
It's-
discussion of
there's
business.
a
It's
micro
little bit
towel that
impolite.
he picks up, and he like the
It's-
moment it touches your face, every bit of it gets absorbed. And it's like,
Ooh.
we do leave messes, so we have figured out a technology to pick things up a little bit better.
That's a nifty
This
invention.
is fascinating.
It is, isn't it? Now,
I am ultimately freaked out, but I also don't think if I show any aggression, you won't kill me. So
no,
We're
that's not-
friendly.
to be
well,
seen.
with calm
We're
emotions,
diplomatic.
yeah, with calm emotions, he's completely calm. He can be a little freaked out and all that, but he should be like, he feels like indifferent. That's how this spell works.
This is just absolutely amazing. There was always theories and everything. And also it's funny as well because this scene, if you were to see it, it's this little frog and Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty is like looking at Vila and telling what he's saying if there's any broken English, and then Vila's just going back to her. Miss Kitty, you're hearing in full effect. And Vila going back. You in your mind are like, I am hard to keep up right.
We lost him.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay.
thinking.
Yeah,
I
Miss
don't know
Kitty's just the
what's happened.
translator.
So what I normally do is I time crunch
Next
with your
to
planet. So I
Vila.
was wondering if he's
Okay.
frozen again.
Well, that's fine. Miss Kitty
Oh, you good?
kind of connects her mind to Vila. Do not bring up their planet disappearing of any kind. The less they know about that, the better for now. Because they're already
How would that be better?
because they don't know. This-
Right.
Sorry to
I'm just-
pry, but I too also have a telepathy appearance about myself. So
Her
I'm
mind
sorry,
wasn't
did you say that we have been
her mind wasn't
disappearing?
connected to his anymore. She immediately disconnected and was just connected to hers. And also, he
Oh.
can't
Yeah, but
hear
he's
me because I'm wearing the ring of mind detection.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Well, okay. Miss
So that's
Lawyer.
purposely why I got that ring, so nobody can mind shielding, so nobody can intervene and intrigue into Miss Kitty's mind. So
question for you though.
yes,
Okay.
Does the goo have a telepathic ability?
It can if it wishes.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'm not wearing a shielding thing.
Yeah.
So it can hear my half of this conversation.
yeah.
Did
But-
you say that it disappeared? Because I think it was only Miss Kitty. You were just
Yeah, I
agreeing
just
with
said
her.
why would it be better?
Yeah,
Because
so
they
he
don't
wouldn't.
know. They don't know what's going on outside of our timeline. Just smile and nod, because he does.
Whilst
They-
I respect your opinion on this, this is my job, and
It is your
informed
job,
consent
but-
is very important. We can't
It
go
is.
into this knowing more about their lives than us.
Yeah, but they don't know about the whole their planet disappearing for 12 hours, and then they progressed how many years? 5,000 years?
500.
500 years. It's just an idea. You don't have to listen to me, but take it.
I
already
respect your insight. We'll see how this goes first. I will just for now say that we're on a time crunch. Anyway, we are on a time crunch. We have other planets to visit today.
Oh,
Would we be
maybe
we
I
be
can
able to-
join you one of these days. I would love to see what it is like.
Absolutely. However, we do need to get these formalities sorted first.
What formalities would that be?
So to make sure that you as a planet are completely taken care of, there's no taken advantage of either situation. I do have pre-prepared contracts. We just need a congregation of your highest powers to agree to these terms and conditions, and we can move forward from there. Please ignore the cats fighting in the background.
How long do plasmoids live for?
Funny
we should-
fact,
we should ask,
depending on where they live, forever.
Holy shit.
Fuck you.
If this
So
planet
plasmoids in the
disappears-
astral space, which is a part of wild space and deep space, sections of deep space are actually no time passes, technically. So as long as they're there, they can live forever. Same with astral elves.
So if
Actually,
this
anything
planet
that lives there.
disappears after we get out, and then for 12 hours, and then comes back 12 hours, another 500 years has gone by, and we come back to meeting this person again, who'll be quote unquote older, and then he's gonna go, I waited for you guys. What happened? And then we explain the whole time anomaly and whatnot.
High possibility.
I would ask you, so your not sir, potentially, name, pronouns, and longevity of life.
Oh, I mean, what? There is no gender on our planet.
Fantastic.
So, but we do take on a protector and provider role. There is no, like, everybody has a role. There's no type of like at home women's cooking only. Like, there's everybody's a, you're always doing something. Provider being making some type of thing, because as you guys go in, he explains like there's no monetary value at our planet. We don't use money. We don't go through, which explains why that vendor was just like, here, take this.
Oh, we got the free grub.
Ooh, that's one of my favorites. The coriander
go to the
Call
grubs.
the grub.
The
Coriander grubs.
Yes, they're quite delicious.
Lovely.
So, yeah, we just need a congregation of your highest authorities to make sure that this is above board for everyone. And you didn't say your longevity. How long do you live?
He thinks about it. I've lived for at least maybe, when it comes in unaudible, but it roughly translates to, I myself am 75 years of age currently. And when it comes to, like, he goes, I'm not sure how long we last for. That's a very rude and a broad way of saying it, but it's our longevity is usually whether or not we have value, and if we don't, we go back to the main. And like, you feel like the squishiness, and he goes and he picks up his feet, and you notice that the ground itself is a bit squishy itself, and you think, and he goes and he gestures to the ground.
So you are the planet.
We are all a part of the planet. Symbiotic together. Yeah.
Okay. Your planet, then you may already know, and Miss Kitty, I am.
This would, if they are part of the planet, she's actually just speaking out right now. If they are part of the planet, then they probably know that their planet, unfortunately, as for what Miss Vila has described to us when we ran into her, your planet disappeared for 12 hours.
Disappeared.
And then came back.
Our planet has been infected and going. We call it the Malnation, and the Malnation will. Oh, my daddy is going somewhere. Goodbye, daddy.
Bye, daddy.
Sorry. The Malnation is the cultivation of the planet going to a new system, but we end up coming back here every so often. We weren't like this before, but ever since then, we have come to find great technologies and different universes and sharing different cultures. But
So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please continue.
oh no, please.
If we were to leave this planet and your malnutrition was it
Mm.
was
Nations.
to was to occur and you were to go and then come back, would you still be here for us to discuss this further once you were back?
Oh no, not to here. I would be alive for the next Malnation location, but we all go back. But maybe my kin would have memories
Okay.
of this day. And then he goes into explaining how, although he may have died, and the planet is a kind of a symbiotic thing, um, memories can still be pulled by different
Okay.
people that haven't lived those.
So like it's like fish with coral, how the memory is stored in the coral so the fish are able to go on even if it's not their memory.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
Fantastic. Well, then we don't have a time crunch. I can leave the paperwork with you. Um and you can all discuss and decide, and then if you blip out and blip back, I can come back afterwards and continue the discussion.
Oh, okay. Sure. Maybe we see what happens when we return.
I'm happy to well, you said you wanted to go to outer space.
It would be a great honor.
If you like, we can take you, we've got maybe about 3 hours before the next blip potentially happens. We can take you off world and then back again in that time, just so that you have that experience if you'd like.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Miss Kitty kind of shares her mind with Vila. Is that allowed, sugar?
It's as long as someone knows that he's coming, it's fine. It's a common practice so that someone can share
Okay.
that we're not evil.
Okay. So, do you want me to get in touch with my captain just to let him know that there will be a guest for a little bit?
Oh, I won't be bringing him on board. I'm just taking him up and then back down.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's why she was asking if it was allowed
Yeah.
for you to take somebody out into space who's never been into space before. Watch.
Yeah.
After when they come back, if they're gonna have space travel and whatnot because of this one guy.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. Do you want to do good? Okay. He gets super excited and yeah, okay. And like
Okay,
starts like
so
heading with you.
I'll give you like I'll give you the paperwork and I'll give you maybe half an hour to just let someone know that you're going on a little bit of a trip. Maybe don't mention that you're going into space because they might try and keep you there. But just let someone know that you'll be back and that you've got this paperwork that needs to be discussed, and then we can come back, and we'll be back in a couple 100 years, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, yeah.
So
You head to your ship. You guys end up taking off and heading on a lovely ride. Make a perception check for me.
you raised your hand, Miss Kitty.
Did I?
I thought you did. It was a 24.
Okay. Yeah, smooth ride. You even notice that as you guys are going, you see that Wraith and Manny are loading up the back of their bikes with some pretty serious ore to the back of there.
Mhm.
And as you land, unfortunately wasn't high enough to see everything, but it was a lovely ride.
Both supposed to do a perception, or was it just a Vila?
Just Fila.
Okay.
24 didn't get me this shit. Fuck.
Language.
You hop off the ride out of your light fighter
Mhm.
And this prime minister gets out and goes, that
I help him out. Like I will like.
it doesn't
okay.
even need it because it's like a slinky falling over the side, or like if you've ever held ooze at all in a cup and put it on a side and how all of it goes out of the cup onto the ground, that's how that works. And it just back into like a full form. It goes, I would love to stay behind if I could, but I cannot leave the populace.
Then continue to be of use and be wonderful, and we will
What
be back,
can
or
you
at least I will be.
leave with us besides this? And he holds up the paperwork that's getting a little bit wet.
I do have.
We also don't know how to read the language that's written on this.
Oh, I'm gonna cast comprehend Is it comprehend languages or is it tongues? Hold on, which one would I have?
Comprehend languages, I think.
You
I'm gonna
see, like he pulls up a stone tablet, and the way that they work is it's like a stone book, and you see that his hand is chiseling the letters into the stone.
Yeah, so he has comprehend languages cast on him so that he can translate it over.
He's copying everything down to his own tone, very officially too. There's like a printer, it's a printer arm that's like hovering over it, just.
Oh, my mother would have loved you. You're so efficient.
Do you have any trinkets, Miss Kitty, that we might leave them, or shall I get something for my ship?
Let me see. Pulls out, I don't know. She takes off one of the bells from her ears. She's got a chest full of these, and she kind of holds it. It
And
rings.
he puts it like into the ooze of him, and he holds it, and he hears it like he's going too fast for it to be enjoyable. It's just smacking up and goes, wonderful noises.
Hold on. She may I? She kind of prestidigitates to make it clean again. She holds it by her claws, and you have to do it slowly. And it just gives out a nice, pleasant ringing to the ears. Which is funny. You don't hear it when she's walking, but it's just that's how stealthy she is.
Do you do a full like dinging or just one ding?
She does a full dinging.
His form begins to wig out as the sound of the vibrations begin to hit him.
I forgot to do that. My apologies.
It's almost like venom, and like the reverberations of sound are messing with him.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't know. I didn't know that's what that was. Evil torture device that you held. Oh.
Did it sound normal to me? Did I have any?
Oh yeah, it was full on just a regular bell. It just seems like maybe high localized vibrations up close is a bad thing.
Not the bell.
Not the bell. She pulls out one of her hair sticks. They're very her hair kind of just tumbles down. It's very ornate, very pretty. She hands it to him. This doesn't make any sounds. It's just pretty flowers on a stick.
He just like jabs it into the top of his head, and it's just a pretty stick with a flower sticking out of the top. Is that how you do it? Or should I? And he like plays with it, and it swirls around to look like a bun is on top, and then he puts it like that.
Yes,
yes, like this.
Very pretty.
I will also give you. Normally, this would be used as part of signing the contract, but since you like it, I give him a little bit of my ink that I have for writing in my book. You can use this for art and making. And she like dips her finger in it, so it's a stain, and then just kind of on her arm just shows what it does.
He goes and puts a finger into it, and it looks like the little veins that go in and suck it all up into him, into a pouch onto his arm, and you see he goes, interesting. And he goes to the side of where the book of the stone tablet that he uses, and he puts it into the middle of the ink, or the ink into the middle of where he chiseled out, and it seems that the ink is getting harder, almost turning it into an enamel.
Oh, that's interesting.
Damn, do I know throughout my studies and whatnot, do I know how to make ink or paints or pigments of something
I
like
mean, it's you've grown up in a pretty lavish life.
that? Mm-hmm.
So I would also have to say that even though that you would have had the money to buy all the good stuff, your palette for the art would probably have been like, okay, I can grab like a dandelion and some like leaves and smash it all together and then put a little bit of that gel stuff in it to make it into like a paint looking. So
I'm gonna leave you knowledge. Besides the cute little stick now that actually looks very nice with your coloring and whatnot. I'm gonna leave you knowledge. If you like the ink so much, she kind of takes the ring off that kind of protects her mind, and she connects it with his. She leaves him how to make the ink and how he can make more colors. And she's going to give him the coordinates to that mountain where she was getting that magic reading.
so
You mean where they just stole all the
No,
stuff
no, no.
from?
That's the
No.
diamonds. The,
Oh,
the
okay.
mountain.
Yeah.
The mountain. It's more northward, and it's in the center. It's some food
so
for
you
thought.
take your ring off and allow him to access your mind.
Yes.
So, and you tell him it's okay to access your mind.
Yes.
Okay. Full slime arm onto the top of your head to the top of the dome, and it as this connection goes to the two of you, and as he connects to your mind, it's like you're standing in your own memory, and you see this this plasmoid standing next to you, and he turns into your father. He goes, well, I wouldn't despise having such a daughter that would think of leaving her family like this. I would never. Another memory goes by. You're graduating, and it's a very high esteem moment for you. Your dad's not there. Another first time that you see the ship, the fish out of water, and Captain Orca goes, welcome aboard. And he goes to shake your hand. And then it goes to this moment of just looking into space, and it's just endless. It goes, fascinating. I have never met someone that has such a complex mind.
Neither has my parents, unfortunately, as I don't.
Are those your provider? Sorry, not provider. What your prepossess? Damn it, person before,
Predecessor.
predecessor.
More like, as you stated, do you have a concept of family?
We have kin.
Kin.
Predecessors are our kin, long lost to the hive.
Kind of. If you, well, you've seen the big burly looking feline, big version of me, and you probably would have seen a smaller version of him. We're not kin by blood, but more by kin by providing, if that makes sense.
It doesn't, but it is fascinating and also tragic.
It is, but unfortunately,
You feel like he gives you like a hug, and it's not wet in your mind, it's like a solidified feel,
A mind hug.
A mind hug. And
I
he just
appreciate the
goes,
sentiment.
we know that, and he waves his hand, and you see the celebration that he spoke of earlier.
Mhm.
And you see as everyone begins to cheer, as they all begin to have this harmonizing hum, like reverberate through the entire planet. And when it does, your mind begins to go further into that cavern. And he goes, the place you speak of is of great importance to us.
Okay.
This is still an unknown nature, but if you say what you mean, then it is not a faith that we must be willing to do, to be guided for, but with science.
And I don't mean to break your faith. Sometimes science brings faith, but it can bring you more of an understanding of what your faith stands for.
Yeah.
It might help you understand more on why your planet does what it does, and why when you leave and come back with new knowledge, it's food for thought, maybe.
We shall see where we are next time. I wish my kin meet you.
I wish to meet your kin, if she lets me come back again.
As the mind link breaks, guys gather up what you need.
The ring immediately goes back on, and she's
Right back on. This plasmoid looks at all of you and goes, I will bring it up to hopefully that we may all join whatever, looks to Vila, whatever organization that you are asking us of. We will look over these contracts with great detail.
I wish to make sure that someone else doesn't come along and take advantage of you. This is for your protection from anyone else who might be unscrupulous. In no way are we like, if something doesn't suit, that's perfectly fine and we can find something else.
The Great Council consists of over 1,200 different units here, and we need to converse and decide what we need. But yes, understood.
I
Now,
don't mean to be rude, but who's the oldest amongst your council, just for giggles?
a few, I would have to say, celebrations ago, we decided that no more than about 5 full life cycles. And he explains that one life cycle is about 150 years. So
50 years extra than what, compared to what my life cycle is.
So you're only about halfway through your life cycle.
yes, but by the time I would return, I would not be here, but my kin might be. If and he goes like, I'm not married, I'm not, but a lot could happen in the little Moid's life.
A little Moid's life, that's
Little
delightful.
Moid's life.
Don't think of what hasn't happened. Think of what could happen.
Right. Well,
And don't fret about the future. Fret about today.
Well, don't fret at all, really, but
What I mean is focus on today, not about tomorrow or what happened yesterday.
I have a lot to consider, and I have to get everyone assembled. So I wish you all luck.
thank you. And I look forward to seeing what develops for your planet.
Okay. Wraith and Manny load up their light fighters and their speed bikes, and they head back to the fish out of water, start loading up. You have right now, so in total, if you were to get all of this cut and paid somebody money to get this cut, you would have 75,000 gold pieces total. But as uncut gems are considered, you have I'd say about 40,000 K uncut gems here. They get more expensive once you actually get them all sliced up.
Probably get them all
Uncut
sliced up.
jams.
Yeah, you
I'll
could probably
pro-
get them all sliced up once we get to.
I lost it when I found some gems. I found some gems and I totally needed to get them cut. But you didn't want to
You
get
just
them cut.
kept saying uncut jams.
Uncut gems. That's a actual voice I have queued up in my arsenal for you guys. Oh, I totally did. How? You guys want to go get some drinks at the Braca? I swear. Oh, yeah.
Definitely
then I
sounds
got-
like a Cali dude.
Yeah, and then I've been torturing Flight with the Nigel Thornberry.
Oh my god, I need to hear this.
We'll do
No.
it later.
Do it.
We're doing it later. Don't worry.
I need to hear this.
But you guys all decide, it's time to go.
Yeah.
And as you say your goodbyes, your Miss Kitty, you're actually handed. You gave him a little pin with a flower on it, and you're actually given. It's like a blue rose, but as you touch it, it's ice cold, and the leaves are completely frosted, and it seems to be giving off this permafrost fog off the top. And he tells you, like, no matter what temperature you put this in, it will remain cold. It's one of our it's basically a cold rose. A cold rose.
Perma Rose. Custom items. Add custom items.
Moid meets world. Yes, I love it. If you guys had turned on the television, that would be the #1 show. Moid meets world.
That's a tongue twister.
But Maury, I don't know what you mean. Come on, Mon.
Anyway.
Sean.
So we get back to the free falling. 'Cause I'm free falling. What's the
Sorry, what?
Fish out of water.
fish out of water? That's what it is. We get back to that.
It is a sword ship style class ship, and it's called the Fish Out of Water. Which, by the way, it's actually really funny that you say that, because you guys get back to the ship, and so hey Wraith, you're not muted, bud.
Sorry.
We'll get into the specifics later on the next episode, but you guys get back to the ship, and Gnosis comes back on, and it goes, "Was everything good on the planet? You were back in the nick of time."
Do you want to know about it, do you, Genesis?
I was finishing manufacturing objects. I saw that the conversation needed no further discussion. To maximize and maximize and to keep efficiency rate up, and he gestures over to the camera, and it looks like he's already gone, made the stealth stuff, installed it and everything. So he had to go finish the stealth stuff, and he didn't like the conversation, I guess.
It was interesting. Slimy, but interesting. As she kind of still picks out a goop of slime and kind of just flicks it to the ground. Look. You didn't do that thing that I wanted you to do, did you?
send the message?
No, the other thing.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
this is the DM because he immediately sent the message to the place that
That's
you wanted.
fine. The other thing I asked was for him after he was done being frustrated and calmed down and whatnot to look in more into the energy signal in that mountain and whatnot. But since he hasn't gotten to it, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, and that I actually genuinely forgot, and
That's
he
fine.
would have been like, of course, that was the second on my list. It's already been analyzed. Here, take a look, and he sends it up, and it looks like there is a piece of technology, let's say, but it's not registering as tech. And as he goes into zoom in, there is some type of atmospheric pressure, and you see it, and you see the shock wave begin to come out. Vila, you've already seen this. As the ship it braces for impact, as the entire planet.
She full like squats to the ground and kind of grabs on to make sure that she doesn't fall over this time.
Minor shaking in the ship, power still on, everything is still good. Ship doesn't go off or anything, but you see the entire planet gone, just like that. And he goes into saying, "There, see, technology registering from." And by the way, this is the like the century. I believe if I have it written down. Second. It's 1.4.962 for the century. And that's registering like it's so far in the future that they have to start using decimal points to make sure that they can categorize the stuff. But it's registering probably if it was 14.962, it's doing like 27.5.894. 27.9.
I'm not gonna write all that much, but okay.
4.
Future. In future.
But it looks
now
like
we
it's a
wait.
small piece of tech.
Well, now they wait and now they learn. Good job, Genesis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have been. Oh no, my phone. I have been trying. I do hope that it.
Oh, Genesis, did you realize that you hoped?
I have been accessing new files. There are no programmings for feeling, yet I have similar emotions. I am conflicted.
And that in itself is an emotion.
Good.
What a paradoxically beautiful world you live in.
Confliction is good. It means you have a choice. And with that, I am going to go take a very long bubbly bath because I have been slimed and I am still finding slime in my fur. All of you.
Did the micro towel not do it?
They, them got so deep into my fur. Now, this is why I do not share my mind with anybody because of situations like that. I am still finding slime in my hair. I need to go take a deep conditioning, shampooing, bubbly bath. Good day. And she kind of walks off, still flicking goo out of her hair, and it's just getting.
All right.
Wraith, how did your venture go?
We're rich. We're rich. We're rich. We're rich.
Well, I'm willing to discuss that. Well,
Manny looks at you and goes, "Hey, it may be your planet, but we mind it. We at least get 50%, I think." And he looks at Faith, right?
I say the more like
No.
we get like 75%, while you get like 25. We did all the hard work. We located it.
It's my planet. And
Rick
by
doesn't understand kids.
intergalactic rules, I get to decide the terms, even if you did mine it. However, if you don't try and rip me off, I am happy to be fair, but you are not the first person I've ever negotiated with.
I want to check something real quick.
And Wraith, I know you slightly better than you know me.
That is debatable.
Mm.
Wraith's catchphrase. That is debatable.
Oh, where is it? Skills. No, it's not skills. Never mind. I'm going to save that for later. But okay, how about this? We'll give you. We'll cut it up.
negotiate.
How about we give you like 10% of what we cut? I mean, of the uncut diamond.
How about I'll look over your supply and I'll decide what's fair for everything that you've done for me, and you'll stop trying to put in your negotiations before I've had a proper look at mine. Informed consent and all that.
Sure. I need to go take a look at something real quick. And
yeah,
then
no.
Rachel...
She immediately follows Wraith.
I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back. I'll be back.
You hear Wraith, you hear in your mind going, I told you so.
I'm not done yet. I just need at least 5-10 minutes.
All right, everybody. I think this is a good time to call it. We will end with you guys take your allotted time. I'm assuming Vila stays on the ship until the planet comes back. We will end with you take the next 12 hours hanging out on the ship, doing whatever you see fit is necessary. I will be opening up a RP chat in Planetscape stuff. If you guys want to talk out of character during stuff, just to make sure. And then but other than that, we end as you're all there waiting in the cockpit, eagerly for the planet to come back. And as you do, Vila, your tablet, it registered a couple million. The entire planet is inhabited by over 6.7 billion people. The continents have split into 7 major areas. It is a type of the Southern Isles area where you guys were are like a Galapagos type, like mixture of islands all spread about. And as you go through, their technology has reached a point of advancement that even you guys could learn from. And that's where we're going to leave tonight. I'm your Galactic DM. Thank you for having this little journey with us. soar through the stars, and have a great night. We will give a sign off to everybody, starting with Pocket, as usual.
I'm Pocket. I own the lovely Miss Kitty. Remember, knowledge is power. Drink your water. Night night. As I drink more water. I always gotta go first.
I'm Creed. You're up.
I'm Darren. I'm a Twitch streamer. You can catch me at DLT2003 on Twitch. Yeah. Let's go to expert. This lady.
I'm Flight. I kind of partially run Mayhem Gaming. Currently taking a break from my own game, but come watch Erectune Rising on Fridays and Little Plant Gaming playing Final Fantasy X on Mondays. And
Yes.
find me on the Discord.
Yes, we have Mondays. Little Planet Gaming doing Final Fantasy X. I forget exactly where she is, but I think it's on episode like 11, maybe?
9.
9. So do check out all the other ones within the Twitch channel and or on our YouTube. Check out all the other 3 episodes, as I will be uploading episode 3 tonight. We are 2 episodes ahead, just to kind of keep a little brevity ahead. And then Erectune Rising, we just got back from Deep the Tip, and it's been a sad road, so do check out on that. It's been a fun little series, but I am your DM, the Gray Jedi. You can find me in the Discord if you need a map mate or anything else. We love y'all. Have yourself a good night. Peace out.
Bye-bye.